I'm live. So those who cannot see nicely or hear nicely, you can just check on the YouTube page. You see it. Are we together, students? All right. So now, what we know that is when we're going through geography, we have three themes, okay, and we're going to study how they come in the papers. So let's just push on the themes, make sure we're good. Then we can be able to polish up on papers. We have the whole of September. What we don't want to do is to have anything to learn in September. No, 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 no. We must be done with all the learning right now. So this is where we are doing the hard work. So this is going to be very, very painful 3 months. But who cares? We are fine. We want to go through that pain because we can be able to get ourselves ready using that. Are we together? So let's go through it. And there's going to be a lot of learning. I'm going to be moving fast. And I'm going to be putting a lot of pressure on you. So you have to move fast. Listen, pay attention, and you'll be fine. So we are doing theme number 3. We have 3 themes. We're looking at the third theme, which is going to be development. So can everybody put theme 3 and say development? Okay, it has more than that, just, but this is going to be the third theme, and I'll show you syllabus in the next lesson. Okay, you can say economic development. That is more how it's put in your syllabus. You can say economic development, and we're going to cover quite a few chapters in this theme. So I'll be giving you an update so you know where you are and how much is left. Are you ready? All right, so we're studying economic development. Right, let's start. We're going to be going through all the things that I'm giving you are exactly for your syllabus, so you can be rest assured, and I'll give you a progress report to show you where you are. The first thing we'll tackle is the word development. So let's start by studying what is development. We want to know, what does this word mean? What do we mean by development? Okay, we're going to be moving very fast. When we say development, okay, we are saying the progress that a country is going to make. All the things that I'm giving you, you have to keep reading them over and over again instead of playing around and fooling around. Make sure you're locked in. So development, write this for me. Development is the progress a country makes. Development is the progress a country makes in improving 2 things. The progress that a country will make to improve 1, the quality of life, in improving the quality of life, and independence. Okay? You're growing up. You are growing up. This is going to be very big. Independence is a big word. Okay? So you have to, that is why you're working so hard, because you know what's coming. A lot is coming. A lot of stress. A lot of hard work is going to be required from you. So for you to be independent, there is progress you must make. Okay, now development is the progress a country makes in improving the quality of life and independence of its people. The progress the country makes. If a country is developing, that means it's improving the quality of life and the independence of its people. Right? Right. Development is not just about money. We did not say it does not include money. It does include money, for sure. But not only that, okay? Not only that. If a country is wealthy and has poor education and has high corruption, inequality, some people are very rich, some people are very poor, is that a developed country? No. Because the people of that country, a lot of them are not independent. A lot of them don't have a high quality of life. So that's not a developed country. So the people should be having success. That's a developed country. A country that is wealthy and not having these services for its people is not developed. So a country, development is not just wealth. A country can be wealthy, okay, but still have this. One, poor healthcare. Okay? Poor healthcare. A lot of people die, but were not supposed to die, or suffer things they were not supposed to suffer because they were not treated well. Poor education. The pass rate will be so low, 8% pass rate. Too many people failing. Inequality, corruption. This is not a developed country. Are we together? This is not a developed country. How do you have poor healthcare, poor education? These things are important for the people. Are we together? So let's look at this quality of life that needs to improve for us to say this country is developing. Let's talk about the word quality of life. Let's talk about the word quality of life. We have some things to talk about. Let's talk about the word quality of life. Okay? Quality of life. We'll talk about standard of living at some point. Quality of life refers to how well people live. Quality of life refers to how well the people live. Are we together? Yes. It has 4 components. It has 4 components. Okay? Let's see them. The 4 components to quality of life, to a good quality of life. Okay? We say here, type of component to quality of life. Then here we'll say examples. We need to have more space on examples because that's where we'll write more things. Here we'll say physical. The 4 types of components to quality of life. 4 types of components. Say type of component of quality of life. The components of quality of life. We have the physical component. We said it's just how well the people are living. If the government improves the quality of life, then if a country does progress in improving the quality of life of the people, then there is development taking place. Physical component to quality of life. What are we looking at when we look at the physical things? We're looking at the water supply. Okay. Does everybody get supply to good, clean water? Are we together? We're looking at the housing situation. Do people get access to good houses, high quality houses, okay, with that are warm, that have good services, hygienic, that have a good, toilet system, everything is fine. We have electricity. Do people get electricity? Because without electricity, students can't study at night. Then we look at nutrition, okay, do people get access to good food? Bananas, these fruits, yogurts, cheese, all these things, bacon, bologna, ham, eggs, different types of things. The more people have access to this, then we say, wow, the physical component of the quality of life is good. Are we together? Physical, we are looking at these things around tangibles. Water supply, housing, food, electricity, fundamentals, things that are important. Social component to quality of life, to how well people are living. What are we looking at now? Education. How is the education system? Do people have good access to everything? Do people have good access to books, papers, good access to revision material, good access to a lot of things? What is the education system like? Then healthcare. We look at healthcare as well. Okay? Can people get their operations when they need them on time? Everything? You understand? Social. Then family relationships. Is there war? Do you have tribal war? What's going on there? We see these are social. This is the social component of quality of life. Okay? These are the four components of quality of life. Are we together? The four components of quality of life. Social component. Then we have the psychological component to quality of life. What happens in the psychological? Let's move fast. Let's move fast. Hmm? Do we have, are the people happy? We look at the happiness. Okay, happiness. We look at freedom of people, freedom of speech, everything. Then we look at security. Are they safe? Oh, I don't feel safe in this place. That is the psychological component to quality of life. Quality of life. Then we look at economic component, the fourth and final. In economic component, we are now looking at money, everything to do with money. What is the income like? Okay. What is the employment like? Then what is the standard of living? Standard of living is what gives you access to high quality of life. Let's say there's a high quality of life. Let's say we have parks, we have a lot of things, nice things, but no one can access them. That means the standard of living is low. Standard of living has to do with the money that the people have. Do the people have a lot of money to do a lot of things? Then we say that means they have a high standard of living. Quality of life is the things that are being given to them by the government. Are we together? Huh? Yes. Right. Let's see what are the things that cause development. What are the things that cause development? Development can increase because of several reasons. Development can increase because of several reasons. One, better farming, or you can say several reasons or factors. Several reasons or factors. Number one, if there is better farming, what will happen if there is better farming? There will be more food production. There will be more food production. And we say, wow, huh? The physical component to quality of life has improved. So the country is becoming developed. Physical component. Remember, this is the physical component. Physical component, we look at food. Then the social component, we look at education, healthcare systems. That's the social component. Psychological component, we're looking at freedom of speech and all these things. Economic component, we're looking at, do people have money? The income, what is the income like? The average income. What is the employment like? What is the standard of living? Are we together? Do people actually have money for these things? Better education. Let's say you have a game park next to you, but you don't have enough money to get there. You understand? That's a low standard of living. Better education. Let me say, what will happen if there's better education? There will be more skilled workers. So what will happen? Development will increase. Are we together? So is it important that you guys pass? Yes. You'll be more skilled. There'll be more skilled workers in the future. And there'll be development. Improved healthcare. Improved healthcare can lead to development. Improved healthcare, yes. Why? You have a healthier workforce. Okay? You have a healthier workforce. People at working age, very healthy, can go to work if the health care is better. Are we together? Mm. What is the other thing that can increase development? It's investment. Oh, this country is open for business. Foreign direct investment. Investment, how does it cause different? It causes there will be economic growth. Causes economic growth. So, have you seen this? Hmm. So, better education. What is this is the social component. Education, social component. Hmm? Even healthcare. This is a social component of quality of life that is improving. Remember, when the quality of life improves, we say there is development. This is the economic component. Are we together? If there's investment into the country, there will be more employment. And if there's more employment, the income of the country improves. Okay. Now, development, development can also slow down or reverse because of several reasons. Let's see things that can slow down development or growth, improvement of the quality of life. What are the things that can do that? War can do that. Two, disease, if there is an outbreak of a disease, coronavirus. Huh? Three, natural disasters. Natural disasters. Okay. Four, economic recession. If there is an economic recession, then development will be slowed down or it can reverse. Are we together? War or conflict. Are we together? So war can slow down development, yes, or even reverse it, yes. Woo, that means war is a bad thing. Yeah, it's a bad thing. Are we all together? Okay. Right. Let's do two things before we finish. We still have time. Let's do things. We have to move. Right for me to say the cycle of wealth. Write with me to say the cycle of wealth. We want to look at the cycle of wealth. So people, please write with me real quick to say the cycle of wealth. Write for me that heading under development to say the cycle of wealth. We want to see this cycle of wealth. What happens? What happens? What do we have? First thing is economic growth. Are we together? So basically, we have businesses expanding, right? Businesses expand. Then what happens? The cycle of wealth leads to more jobs, more taxes. So what do we have? Economic wealth. More money in the people. People earn income, right? So you can show that by saying they will have more disposable income. People will have more disposable income because they have money. And also, the government will have more taxes because the people have money. The government will have more taxes, and it will take more taxes from this value added tax. Then you can come to this and get to investment. In other words, there will be better infrastructure. Okay? Better, more investment into things like roads, like better schools, better hospitals. So let's write it and say here. Here's what happens for the cycle. Okay? Here's the cycle. How does the cycle work? Here's the cycle. You have economic growth first. Economic growth. Okay? What happens in economic growth? So let me say step 1 is economic growth. This is the cycle of wealth. What happens? Okay? Economic growth. Let's see what happens. What happens if there is economic growth? Businesses expand. Okay? Businesses expand. And what does this lead to? Leads to more jobs. More jobs. And what happens when we have more jobs? People earn income. If there are more jobs and people earn income, what does this leads to? The next step. What is the next step? More taxes. Okay, what happens when there are more taxes? When there are more taxes, what happens? Huh? What happens? Okay, this line is for what happens. What happens when there are more taxes? This here we say it leads to this. Okay, people earn income, the government can tax them. Okay, so we get more taxes. What happens when we have more taxes? The government receives revenue. The government now has money. What does it lead to? Huh? Leads to, if there's no corruption and everything, what does it lead to if the government has more money? More investment, right? Sorry, everybody. Okay, so this is the cycle of wealth. Just put it. You have, if there is an economic growth, then the businesses expand and there are more jobs, which means people earn income when there are more jobs and there are more taxes. The government gets more money from taxes. Okay, there are more taxes and the government receives more money. And what does it lead to? You can be writing it as a sentence. We are just giving you as a graph. But here we are just showing you what happens in the cycle of wealth. Huh? Where we have economic growth leading to more income, more taxes, and this can be invested back into the country. Okay? And you have better growth. You have further growth. So you're going to have more investment by the government. More investment, yes. The government starts investing in the country. And what happens if the government starts investing into the country? What happens? You're going to get better schools. Better schools. Woo! The guys start passing. Better roads. Better hospitals. Okay? Better hospitals. Are we together? Better roads. If we have better roads, better everything, this, what does it lead to? What does it lead to? This leads to, it leads to better infrastructure. better infrastructure. And what do we now have? What happens when we have better infrastructure? Better roads, better everything. What do we have? Businesses become more productive. Are we together? There are better roads, better delivery systems, better everything. Businesses become more productive. They are more successful. Things are moving quick. And what will we have? This leads to more economic growth. More economic growth. Don't be too crazy about this one, but just have an idea of it. Are we together? Can you see it? Good. Just have this. And what happens in such a situation? What happens? The cycle can continue. The cycle continues. Well, so growth can lead to further growth, basically. We have growth, yes. What happens? Businesses are going to start expanding, people get employed, there's higher income, the government charges and gets more money from tax. It can now reinvest into better infrastructure, it builds better schools, everything, and businesses become more productive because of that. And what happens? We have more investment. We said it already. There we get more economic growth from the businesses as well. And this leads to the cycle of growth continuing. All right. So, what is the cycle of wealth? The cycle of wealth, we are just saying when there is success, success breeds more success. Are we together? Students, are we together? Success leads to more success. Don't forget this. Success in one thing can lead to success in more things, many more things. So, what is the cycle of wealth? It is a process where economic growth creates income and taxes, which are invested back into development. It's a cycle. Back into development, creating further growth. Creating further growth. Are you seeing the cycle of wealth? Money making more money. Success breeding more success. Economic growth. Then businesses expand, employ more. There's more income. There are more taxes, and this is invested back into the development of the country, and this creates further growth because businesses are now more productive. Are we together? Are we together? Now, the third thing which we're going to take about 2 lessons talking about is the measures of development. Measures of development. We talked about one today, which we're going to then talk about more in here and see its advantages and disadvantages. GDP. What are the advantages and disadvantages of GDP? Then we'll talk about GNP, GNI, HDI, and Gini coefficient. So we'll talk about it, the ways. So let's say here to say, right here, to say countries have ways of measuring development. Countries have ways of measuring development. The 5 main measures are 1. GDP, gross domestic product. 2. GNP. 3. GNI. We'll see each one. Advantages, disadvantages, advantages, disadvantages. For HDI, then say Gini coefficient. Okay, the 5 ways of measuring development. We'll see the limitations, okay, of each. Are we together? Yes, we'll talk about it. These are the things we'll talk about in the next lesson, each of these. So we'll come ready. We'll talk about it in the next geography lesson. I'll give you a few questions from this. I'll try to find, even if I find from past papers or if I make them myself, it's still fine. I'm going to send you a few questions on everything we've done so you keep practicing, you keep it in your mind, and we'll move it from there. All right?